Good morning, traders and investors. My name is Roger Scott. Today is January 13th. It's the second week of the new year. 2021 is here. It's a hump day. It's basically I think the sixth or seventh trading day of the year, and the market is starting to set its tone. Now, today I want to focus on the news, and I want to give you some red meat. I want to give you an option trade complete with a stop loss, profit target, and all of the other accoutrements that come with it. First, let's talk about global economy and keep in mind that tomorrow, Thursday and Friday is when we're going to get a lot of data from the Fed, a lot of instrumental data from the Fed that'll give us a good indication of how retail sales are doing, how unemployment is doing, how consumer sentiment is doing, which is going to reflect into the retail sales report, and so forth and so forth. But as far as I'm concerned, this is the first trading week of the year. Hedge fund traders, the big money, they take a little while to come in. They usually stay out the first week of the year because, people are still on holidays, vacations, liquidity volume is low. People are still coming back around. But the second week of the year, the second trading week of the year, is when the market actually sets its tone. That's why we have to be very, very careful of what the market tells us this week. So let's start with the global view, and then I'll get into my trade of the day and show you one of my favorite setups as well. So global stocks, they're slightly lower as investors are monitoring the slow rollout of the vaccines globally. What did I tell you guys? Remember I told you we're not just going to snap our fingers and get back to reality. We didn't get here in one day. We're not going to get out of here in one day. And obviously, what would the world global morning news be alike if I didn't mention that there's a new attempt to impeach President Trump over last week's attack in the U.S. Capitol? I don't really think that's news at this point. I think everybody kind of knows that. And the question again is it worth impeaching the president a week before he's out of the office? Well, they're doing this so he can't run again in 2024. But my thought there is, 2024. But my thought is let democracy do its work. But again, I don't want to get too political. This is not a political discussion. While the procedure to impeach Trump is in the headlines, meanwhile, analysts suggest investors are more focused, and they are, on the outlook for the vaccinations, because if the vaccinations don't come in time, we're all screwed. Has been proceeding at a slow pace, and Biden's economic stimulus plans after he takes office in the next few weeks are still too slow for us to see things happen because we need it now. We literally need healthy people getting the vaccine now so they can return back to work before the unemployment rate goes back up to where we were last February, March, and April, and that wasn't pretty. Investors' hopes have been boosted recently by the rollout of coronavirus vaccines. Through the process has been far slower than expected. Markets have risen despite a spike in cases because markets are starting to look forward to the end of COVID. Markets are always discounting anything that's known. In the U.S., these hopes have been encouraged by the shift in control of the Senate from Republicans to Biden's Democratic Party that might reduce the likelihood of political opposition if Biden introduces a more ambitious stimulus plan. He said he'll release that on Thursday. I can't wait to see that. That's coming tomorrow. That's going to be very, very important. My hope, and I'm keeping both fingers and toes, you can't see, but my toes are also crossed, that he's not going to mandate a federal closure. If he does a federal closure next month for 2-3 months, we're going to be so screwed for the first quarter. Retail sales, consumer sentiment, it's going to be awful. So it's going to be very crucial to watch out for what he has to say. But right now, it's whether the virus continues to spike or the vaccine comes out and saves the day. That's kind of the world we're living in. And on top of that, you got a little Trump cherry with the impeachment, which doesn't really impact the market one bit because one way or the other, Trump is going to be out. So that is not such a big impact at all. As a matter of fact, most focus on Trump has passed and his influence on running the country. So I wouldn't really, he's not on Twitter, he's not on Facebook, he's been muted, let's just say that. And again, I'm not saying anything negative or positive. I'm just saying that I don't think Trump is driving the economy right now. I think it's more of what will Biden do, how will he cause this world to go back to normal, and how long it will take. And that's what the market is digesting right now. And again, momentum levels are really, really high. We're overbought, and I wouldn't be surprised if we had a nice little pullback, a little meltdown to shake out the weak hands and to flush them out and to bring new money into the market. Now, I've got a trade for you. I've got red meat for you today. I'm looking again, I'm getting hot again on the S&P metal and mining sector. This has copper, silver, gold. This is where the mining is. And if you look at the profile, you will see that provides investment results before fees and expenses correspond to the total return of the S&P metals and mining industry. I don't think we'll see the constituent. Oh yeah, we are. Okay, cool. So you could see here, Freeport McMoran, that's the #1 stock right now in the S&P 500, the strongest stock. I'm not kidding. Let me show you. See, I back up what I say. I don't just say it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. It's like one of the top 2 or 3. Let me show you this. Third strongest. If you go back a week ago, let me go back 1 week ago, it was the strongest. Like I said, and if you go back, let's say a month ago, it was in the 3rd spot. So this is no news. So again, these stocks are the strongest stocks right now. And the best part is it's not just gold. You got a little gold, you got copper, you got steel, all metals, infrastructure, and renewable energy. Metals are needed for all of that stuff. So let me show you what I'm seeing here. I'm showing a 4x4 pattern. That's when the market makes a 40-day high or even a 100-day high, cools off for 3 days, and then makes a 4th-day spike that's above the 3rd-day high, creating this little pivot here. And this pivot is great for stop losses, for protection, because now we know if it breaks this pivot, this trade is invalidated. So we would enter right around the 37.25. That's 37.25 on a buy stop. And I would put a protection stop at 35. So you have about a $2.50 risk. And we doubled that risk and added to our entry. That's our profit target. So if we enter at 37.25, our profit target would be right around the 42.50, right around this level, 42.50 level. So again, all you got to do is add $5, which is double the difference between your entry and your stop loss. Add it to your entry, and that becomes your profit target. So it's like right around here, around the 42 level. Now, if you want to use options, which you can, you got to trade the options as a proxy. In other words, when the stock enters, that's when you go long. When the stop takes profit, that's where you get out of the option. When the stock breaks down, that's where you take a stop loss. So we would go probably, let's see here, got a month, 38 days. Nah, I'd probably go a little further. How about we go 66 days? That's perfect. Now, I wouldn't hold this option for more than 20 days. If in 20 days it doesn't do what we want or gets you stopped out, you're going to have to roll. The asset is at 37 and it doesn't have high volatility, which is one of the reasons why I picked it. And this kind of shows you how I go through the analysis. So you could see there's a lot of open interest at the 36, 37 level. The 40 level is quite a bit, but I would actually, because the option is so low and the volume and open interest is really good on the 36 and it's slightly in the money, I would just go with the 36. I would probably pay around $3 for it based on what I'm seeing right now. Last is $2.84, so you're going to pay between $2.84 and $3.10. But again, and if the option doesn't do anything within the next 3 weeks, you would roll it over to the 6.18 option, which would give you a lot of time. And you don't need to do that right now. This option costs about $1 more. So the implied volatility on this option is not that bad. You may even want to go to the one that expires in 157 day, but I don't think it's worth it. So again, the stock is XME. You would enter right here at 37.25 on a buy stop. You would put a stop loss right at the 35 level, maybe 34.90 level. Basically, if it breaks this, we're toast. Then you would add double this difference between your entry and your stop loss, which is about $5, and add it to your entry and trade the option as a proxy. Now, if you guys like this trade, I've got something hot for you. You guys have got to check this out. Stock market expert Adam Sarhan, he's finally giving a handful of folks access to his alpha trade system. It's happening, folks. It's finally here. It's a group of special stocks that only a select few even know about it, all with the potential to earn triple-digit gains in as little as 24 hours. And no, this is not day trading. It's not day trading. You get in on Monday, out on Tuesday. in on Tuesday, out on Wednesday. No day trading, no sitting in front of the computer doing this all day. None of that. In fact, Adam has already found another stock that's on the move, and he's showing clear signs of exceptional growth. Man, I love it. I can't wait to do this. Are you ready to see the ticker and get all the information that you need to know? I sure am. Follow the link below. Get all the details now. Do not wait. And I hope you profit from XME. Hope it helps, and I'll talk to you guys later. And if this is helpful to you, post some comments, post some feedbacks, show me some love. Bye, guys. Have a great day. Take care and stay out of trouble.